some random things. Last week I went to Disneyland with my mom and my grandmother and my girlfriend Christia. My grandmother's 75 and she'd never been before, and so my mom decided to take her before she passed away because my grandmother's not well. So we left last Friday, not a couple of days ago, but the week previous. At about 2 in the afternoon, we had to stop every 2 or 3 hours because of my grandmother's health. She has diabetes and she has to walk around a lot. So it took us 2 days to get down there, and it was an interesting trip. My parents in particular have made great effort into acknowledging me as Aiden and as he and as their son and so forth, and they slip up sometimes still, and there's definitely some difficulties around the adjustment for them. This is the first time I've spent any significant amount of time with them since I've transitioned, so I was a little nervous about it. I was really happy that Christia was there to kind of be a support for me, but also support for my mom and my grandmother. I was really concerned that, for 5 solid days I was going to get my old name and female pronouns, but that didn't happen. So, anyways, so we get to Disneyland, and on the way down there, my grandmother had some heart pain, so she had to take, I'm spacing on the name right now, medication for her heart pain. So it kind of set the tone a little bit. Like, I was a little fearful and a little worried, and so we go and hang out for a bit on Saturday night, and then we go all day Sunday, and the first ride that we go on is the Matterhorn. And my mom is a very reserved person. She's not really demonstrative. She's very controlled in her emotions and so forth. And my grandmother has no point of reference whatsoever, because like I said, she'd never been to Disneyland. So we get on the ride, and my mom starts cackling and howling and making all these noises that was cracking me up. And so we get off the ride, and my grandmother is pissed. She wants to know what in the hell we were trying to do. Were we trying to kill her? And my mom is, embarrassed because she'd been cackling the entire time. So it was pretty cool. It was such an honor and privilege for me to be able to be part of that experience for my grandmother. My grandmother's family of origin stuff is pretty rough, and she definitely did not come from a life or a situation that would afford her, even in her wildest dreams, to go to Disneyland. So pretty cool. She actually turned 76 this week, so it was a pretty amazing experience. And it was good to spend time with my mom and my grandmother and Christia, and overall it was, I feel really lucky that I got to do that and be part of that. So we went to California Adventure the last day, actually the day that we left. We went there in the morning. Christy and I were riding the roller coaster Screaming over California or something, and I have claustrophobia and anxiety issues, and so and I have terrible motion sickness, and so we're gonna go on this. Christy and I went on this roller coaster, and I sit down, and the thing comes over and it latches down so you're in the seat. And as long as I can see where I'm going and it's not simulated, I'm generally okay as far as motion sickness is concerned. And so the roller coaster takes off, and it's really slow, and I look over and I see my mom and my grandmother, and it's funny because I've been kind of really thinking about like typical or atypical gender behavior and so forth. And so in a very atypical gender behavior performance as far as being male is concerned, I stick my arm out to wave to my mom and my grandmother, and I stick it between the shoulder harness that has come down and the plastic part of the seat, and I go to pull my arm back in, and the shoulder harness clicks down and my arm is stuck out, and I start to panic. The roller coaster starts going faster, and Christy is like, "You're fine, you're gonna be okay," and she's being awesome, but I can tell she's kind of freaking out too. And so the whole first half of the ride, I'm freaking out trying to get my arm out, and eventually I just tucked it behind my head because I was certain that if I left it out, it was going to get like cut off in one of the loops. I just had this vision of my arm being snapped off at the shoulder. So I rode first half of the ride with my arm like this, kind of tucked behind my head, and I finally got it unstuck, and there was skin on the seat of the roller coaster. But So I didn't enjoy the ride at all is the point, and I ended up getting really, really motion sick because I wasn't watching and paying attention. So we left after that. um, so, um, on Saturday, um, Christy and I took an acquaintance. She's not really a friend yet. We don't really know her all that well. A trans woman who lives here in Chico, who's trying to get started on hormones, which is quite difficult to do if you live in Chico. We took her down to San Francisco to the, I guess it's like a queer clinic in the Castro. I don't really know anything about it. I know Charlie has talked about it in some of his videos, but so she was really excited, and I was really happy to be part of a process that was going to support somebody to live more authentically themselves and so forth. So we made plans Christy and I made plans to meet up with Charlie and Nick, and I was really excited about it. I've been wanting to meet Charlie and Nick for a really long time, and so we drop off this woman at the clinic thinking it's going to be a couple of hours, and then we're going to hang out with Charlie and Nick, and then this woman calls about 15 minutes later and says, I'm actually not going to be able to be seen at this clinic, and so we didn't get to stay and hang out. And I met Charlie and Nick, literally met them, shook their hands, and that was it. And I was really disappointed. There are there's a few people on here that I watch all of their videos. I really look forward to their videos, and I'm gonna talk more about this in a few minutes when I do my appreciation videos. But Charlie and Nick are two of those guys that I just really, really appreciate what they have to say, and I've learned from them. I've learned a lot of transition stuff from Charlie, and Nick I feel like I can connect with because we work with the same population, and I just really appreciate his insight about the kids that he works with and himself, and how those two things interact. So we didn't get to hang out, and I was really disappointed. So my phone is going to ring. I've made an intentional plan with Christia to go down to the Bay Area, so that it's just her and I, and we just have time and we can hang out. I don't know, I just kind of got off on a tangent about that, I suppose, a little bit. What else do I want to talk about? It is fastly approaching my year anniversary on testosterone and surgery, so I will be doing a video in a few weeks about that. There's been 2 different videos that I've gotten that are as a result of Jackson. I want to say Jackson the Rabbit, and if that's right, that's awesome, but if it's not, that's going to be a little awkward. That he has started, and to have come my way, and I really, really, really feel honored and humbled in that. So thank you very much. And I was looking at my page the other day, and I have over 900 subscribers. So I want to thank each and every subscriber that I have. I think that together, I have 910. I think together we bring many, many different experiences and perspectives and understandings to this community, this global community of trans people. And I know I would definitely had a much more difficult time in a lot of areas of my life had I not had this YouTube community. So, and the feedback and information that I've gotten from all of you. So, thank you for that.